What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. This week, the big news going on right now is, as we're seeing time go on since the illegitimate president has taken over, the far left has just gone to the extremes. They've gone bonkers. Back in the day, we shut down our government shut down all these mental health facilities, and they released all these mental patients back into our society and our communities. And 90% of all those mental patients had a lot of children, which is making up this generation of the far leftists. They can stem all their ancestry back to these mental patients. That's what we're left with is these mentally insane far leftists. And it's just getting worse and worse. Those people should not be out in our society. They really need to be in a mental facility. They need to be deprogrammed. They've been brainwashed by far leftist ideology, where everything is ass backwards. They claim that they're not, they're anti-fascist, they're anti-racist, blah blah blah. But they're, in actuality, they are the fascists, they are the racists, they are the new Nazi Socialist Party. Nazi America is what they're turning America into. However, the biggest news going on now is that we see another big company, Coca Cola to be exact. They are forcing their employees to take these anti-racist supposed tests. Well, it's not anti-racist, it's anti-white test, which is basically extremely racist test for them to be employed by the company. It's a extreme racism. They won't comment on it. They refuse to speak about it because they know it's morally wrong what they're doing. These companies keep doing this woke bullshit. Every time they go woke, it's hurting their pocketbooks more than anything. So they're dumb for doing it. SJWs and these racist pieces of shit, they don't care anything about these companies or, the people. They just do it to get their kicks off. Because they got clout right now because, our government's been taken over by far leftists. So they think they can get away with fucking bullying people and tearing them down and treating them like dog shit. Because that's literally what a far leftist does, an SJW or woke people, these feminists, They literally do that just to fuck with people. That's how they get their kicks off. They're not happy unless they're making somebody else miserable. But yeah, Coke is falling in line with this same type of propaganda and agenda of being racist. But that's the big news going on I've seen. And it won't be the last. There's more to come. These Democrats, they pretty much create a nightmare country for us by allowing this shit to happen. Anyways, I'm moving on from that. I just got done It took me about a week, maybe a little over a week, about 6 days or so. I just completed or got around to playing the game Doom 2016. Now I remember the original Doom. When it first came out, everybody was excited because it was something new, ID Software put out Wolfenstein, and then they came out with Doom, and everybody was, oh, this is pretty cool 3D, first-person shooter type game. It was kind of neat at the time. But as over the years go by, it's like that's all they put out anymore is these retarded ass FPS. I'm not a big fan of SPS games. They get old really fast, really quick. And it literally, all it does is teach kids to run around, shoot people, and have fun with it. It's a mindless game. It don't take no skill or whatever to go around shooting things. Now, some of you might argue, say, it takes some skill to try to be able to, kill the other person before they kill you and keep from getting killed and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but it don't take that long to figure out how to do it. It's not that hard of a game. FPSs are for mindless drones, just go around shooting people. It's retarded. And it gets old really fast. But that's like what this generation is into. The young people are into these FPSs. They don't use their heads. They just go around shooting people. It's dull and boring. They can't use their brains to actually come up with games that actually make you think and actually have to do shit other than just go around shooting people. But anyways, that's how I feel about an FPS. But I went ahead and I tried the Doom 2016 because, I've never played it. It was given to me and I figured I'd try it out. See how different it was from the original. And honestly, the original is 10 times harder. This fucking Doom 2016, the game developers force you to have to run right up on the creatures that you're shooting and fucking, go hand to hand with them. Because they call it glory kills or whatever. So you can get more ammunition or health or armor. This is okay at first, but I like being able to go around snipe people, fucking sneak up on them, shoot them in the head and shit like that. If I'm going to play a game like this, very rarely do you get a chance to do that in this game. It's more of a run and gun, action type shit. I don't like that. The game has these areas where you face massive hordes of fucking creatures at one time. And it's fucking annoying. I absolutely hated it. I didn't mind, playing the game. I just didn't like fucking, the fact that you have to, every time you turn around, they're having another section where you gotta fucking do this massive fucking shooting here. You can't tell where you're going or what you're shooting because there's too much crap blowing up in your face. It's retarded. I like games where you take your time and you go through it and you're able to look and search. That part of the game I didn't mind. I like trying to find the secrets. The one secret that always irritated me for every level, there is a secret lever that opens up a bonus old school Doom level. It's a secret area on every level. You got to find this lever that opens up the door so you can go in and discover a secret, and then it puts the Doom level in your inventory so you can play it later. Honestly, That shit pissed me off. I could find every secret without a problem, except for that fucking lever. There were certain levels and areas, it was just really hard to find that lever. I mean, I eventually found them all, but man, there were times where I wanted to smash my screen trying to find that fucker. And I knew where the little area it should be at, because anytime you see an area where you know there's a door there, but it's not open or anything, you know that area, that's the secret area. But you got to find the lever to open it up. And you know it's nearby. It's always nearby. The lever is always nearby. It was just, some of them levers were in places that were well hidden. It's just a pain in the ass to see them, you know, because they blend in sometimes with their surroundings. Now you do have a power up that allows your compass at the top of the screen will glow and vibrate when you're near a secret area, but unfortunately it doesn't do that for the lever. All the other secrets it'll do that for, but not the lever. So it made it really hard to find that lever sometimes. But other than that, I like that part of the game. I just didn't like the run and gun crap. That shit pissed me off. I didn't like that part of the game at all. It made it real boring. It was boring. I'm sorry, but it was. If I could like sneak up on him and shoot him back in the head or take him out that way from behind or some shit, I would have loved that game a lot better. But now, I don't like the run and gun shit. It's fucking stupid. Anyways, the story-wise, the story was okay. They changed it a little bit, of course, from the original. And then they left it off. I never did look to see if they made a sequel or not. I'll have to check and see. But overall, this game was, it was okay. I give it thumbs up, thumbs down. It wasn't all that great. Like I said, I'm not a big FPS fan because it's just for mindless zombies and type of games like Fortnite shit. It's a mindless zombie game. To those who play it, they're basically mindless zombies. And it teaches kids, whether you want to agree with it or not, it really does teach kids how to be violent and more of a bully. It's statistics have literally proven that time and time again. So yeah, this generation, these FPSs need to stop. They're dumb. They just turn children to dumbasses. Anyways, let's get on to your B-movie reviews. Alright, Movieholics, this week is Horror Week. I got two classics to go over with you. Both these movies were done by Wes Craven. After he did House on the Left, these two pretty much became cult classics when he did them. And they became pretty famous. The first one was done in 1977. It grossed about 25 mil worldwide, so it didn't do too bad for back then for a horror flick. It was called The Hills Have Eyes. Now, the two main stars in this basically was Dee Wallace and Michael Berryman. Now, Michael Berryman, these movies made him, an icon, horror icon. Is how he got famous. Now, the first one of these movies, they tried. I've seen some reviews on them where they try to compare them to the newer ones. They did do some remakes in 2006, or I think it was 2006 and 2008. I can't quite remember exactly. But they were nothing, not even close compared to the originals. They tried, I saw that they tried to like compare them like political wise, like there was politics in the movie and shit. Now they did do that crap in the new ones, and it was terrible, and it didn't set well with the audience. That's why they didn't do real well. Originals were not like that. It had nothing to do with politics at all. I mean, it had a little political theme in it, but nothing really major, Like, they try to make it where the father is more conservative, which he kind of is. But he was more or less basically a cop. So he had, they made the cop more of like a racist prick. He's kind of a dick, even to his family. He's kind of a control freak. He was sexist and everything else. A whole bunch of crap in one. But there was one thing he got right. You cannot be a pacifist. There are people out there who will harm you for whatever reason, and you need to protect your family, and that's pretty much the theme of the whole movie, is protecting the family. The son-in-law, he tries to be like this hippie, far out man, everyone's cool, blah blah blah, but then in the end he finds out, hey, sometimes you have to be a violent person when it comes to protecting your family, because there are those out there who don't give a shit and will kill you for no particular reason. You can't be a pacifist. It doesn't work. But, the whole story is you have this family who's taking a trip to California, and they end up, I think it's like near Las Vegas or Nevada or some Nevada desert or some shit, on their way to California, and they end up going off-road to try to take a shortcut. They blow out the tires in their fucking vehicle. It's like a station wagon, and they have this camper attached to it. So while they're looking for a way to get gas and shit and repair the vehicle, they get attacked by a family that lives out in the desert who've become cannibals. And that's mainly the story, and then them trying to survive this family of cannibals. it's a little bit harsh. It's basically, what would happen if, what would you do? Your typical, you're meeting a family who's built on survival versus a family who's from the social caste, so, and they kind of conflict with each other. One's out for survival while the other one's, they're just ordinary folk from regular society, and it just, every human nature, is built for survival. So in the end, everyone's going to fight to survive, and ugliness is going to come out, whether you like it or not. There's a few things that got to me about this movie. This guy who plays his son, Bobby or whatever, there's this one scene where he's doing flip-flops in cut-off shorts that are way out of style. Even the son-in-law, he's wearing, cut-off jean shorts. Nobody wears that kind of shit no more, so it was kind of funny to see all that crap. The fashion style for back then is just ridiculous. At one point in time, all the men take off and go separate ways. So they leave the girls all by themselves pretty much, with no way of defending themselves. Bobby's got the gun and he takes off looking for the dogs. He finds out that, one of the cannibal family, they kill Beauty, which is one of the dogs. They have two dogs, Beauty and Beast. Beauty and the Beast, I got it. So the youngest one, Mercury, he kills Beauty. I just thought it was funny that they leave the women by themselves with no way to defend themselves except for holding up in the camper. And they got a baby too, so. Now Beast eventually kills Mercury, and that comes into play later on, and even in the sequel. So you gotta kind of pay attention to that. The ending to this movie was just, I don't know, it was kind of dumb. I really did not like the ending at all. Now, these women, they eventually go looking for Bobby even, which made no sense, since they know something's going on. They know there are people out there trying to kill him, but they all go looking for Bobby anyway, which was dumb. That's one of the things. Like I said about the ending it just shows, the pacifist son-in-law, liberal guy. He fucking kills, stabs Mars. He's one of the boys. Stabs Mars like 500 times, and that's the end. Pluto is, of course, played by Michael. He's the oldest. They kill the father. They don't kill the mother. You never know what happens to the mother. She's basically left there by herself. Ruby, however, the girl, she helps the family and kind of joins them, leaves with them. Now, they don't show this in the original ending, but there is an alternate ending where it shows Ruby leave with the family, which was kind of cheesy looking, and I understand why they cut it out. Overall, this movie was alright, wasn't bad. I like this original version better than the newer version, even though I haven't even seen the newer version. I've just seen clips and bits and pieces of it, and it looks retarded. Uh, I don't know if I'll ever watch the remakes or not, but this one wasn't bad. This was good storytelling, and it hadn't been done. Really hadn't been done before. So I give it 2 thumbs up. It's a really good movie uh, for a suspenseful thriller, horror flick. Uh, Check it out, definitely, if you're into horror flicks. The original, not the newer one, not the remake. Alright, let's move on to the second one, which is, of course, The Hills Have Eyes Part 2. Now, of course, Michael Berryman revives his role as Pluto in this. Apparently, he survived the Beast attack, because Beast did try to attack him in the first one. You have a lot of stock footage from the original that's shown in this to kind of not just push the movie along, but they were used as fillers, I'm pretty sure, to make the movie longer. Someone got a little lazy. This, of course, Wes Craven wrote and directed it again. He claimed he was just trying to make a quick buck. He needed some cash. So, now the sequel basically is about Bobby, who, of course, from the original, he's the son. He owns like some motorcycle group, racers. He manages them or some shit. He owns the company that they work for, and they race for him. Now there's an event in, out in the desert, same area, Las Vegas, Nevada or whatever. But he's afraid to go. He's traumatized by what happened to his family. There's a woman named Rachel who's with him. She goes with him. Well, come to find out, Rachel is actually Ruby, who went with the family, who was part of the cannibal family. So she ends up taking the group with her, motorcyclists. There's some women that go with them, their girlfriends or whatever. One of them is blind. She's with the main rider, motorcycle rider. Now, I couldn't find any box office numbers on this one. It was done in 1984, and Janice Bliss, she's the one who stars in it and plays as Ruby. And then you have Kevin Spiratus. He's the one who is the main motorcyclist. And Tamara Stafford, she's the blind girl that's his girlfriend or whatever. She's one of the main stars too. Now, the thing I found funny about this one was they added another person into this. They call him the Reaper. He's the brother of Pluto's father who died in the first one. He kind of takes over as the family leader, but it's just him and Pluto. So him and Pluto are the ones who are still killing people and cannibalism and all that crap. Now throughout the movie they're hunting, chasing them down, trying to kill them all. But eventually the blind girl and the main motorcyclist, they kill off Reaper at the end. Pluto is, of course, killed by Beast. Again, Beast strikes again, pretty much kills him the same way he killed his little brother Mercury, which is off a cliff. Yes, Beast reprises his role in this. And he hadn't forgotten Pluto. Now there's a scene where it shows Ruby, she gets knocked down. She hits her head on a rock, but it doesn't really explain whether she dies or she just gets knocked out. To me, it looked like she just got knocked out. I'm thinking she's still alive, but it doesn't show it. So you never really know. What I find about the whole thing with the bikes is like everybody seems to know how to ride these motorcycles. And I'm talking about everybody, even the cannibalistic guys. They know how to ride. They just know how to pick them up and ride them like they're nothing. Like they've been doing it for years. That was kind of crazy. You have to have the black couple in here. They had to have the signature black couple in here, which is crazy. It was just funny that the fact that they had to have, you know, at least some black people in this movie. It wasn't necessary, but at the same time, whatever, you know. I get it. You know, you wanted, you know, a black couple in there. But the funny thing is about it, not that I had any problem with that, it's just the black guy in this movie was the biggest chicken shit I've ever seen. I mean, literally, he was a pussy. Flat out, the biggest pussy ever. And it's just funny as hell, because he's trying to act like he was a big badass, but then every time something would happen, he'd fucking run like a little bitch, you know, even from his woman. Fucking, he was the biggest fucking chicken shit. And then the blind girl, everybody else was scared of everything but the blind girl. The blind girl was like pretty much not afraid of jack shit. Like she's used to being in the dark, so she's not scared of shit. That was funny. But overall, I actually liked the sequel better than I did the first one, to be honest. It was funny. It was actually a really good cheesy horror flick. I liked it. I like that kind of shit when it comes to horror flicks, you know, where it's not taken too seriously, you know, they can have a little bit of comedy in them. I like that kind of shit in my horror flicks. So I definitely give the sequel's great. 2 thumbs up. It was fantastic. I love the sequel to this. Even though he said he was lazy and doing a big cash grab, and he did a lot of, you know, stock footage from the first one, I still liked it. I thought it was great. It was awesome. I definitely highly recommend the second one over even the first one. But yeah, they are nothing like the remakes. The remakes are really dark and really politically motivated, full of woke trash, and you know, they changed the story. It's not a cannibalistic family so much as a radioactive family. It's from radioactive fallout, which is not from the original version. And they made them really deformed and all kinds of shit in the remakes. So I definitely would say steer clear of the remakes and watch the originals, because they're way 10 times better. Like I said, 2 thumbs up. Check this one out. I highly recommend it. Both of these. And that's all I have for you this week. If you know of any gems or underrated movies you think I might have never seen or heard of, please leave your suggestions down in the comments down below, and I'll get to reviewing them as soon as I can. If you have anything to say or your thoughts on stuff that I talked about earlier in this video about Coke going woke, or maybe the game of Doom, please leave your comment or your thoughts down in the comments down below. I'd like to hear from you. Anyways, that's all I have for you this week. Till next time, I told you you'd be told the truth, and you just been told.